5 questions that I want to ask, you know, so the way you answer them is the way you want to answer them. You know what I mean? They pretty simple. I didn't want to make anybody kind of uncomfortable,
You can
but
do whatever you want, I'm your boy.
Jack might have a good one for you.
You can shoot off the cuff, you know.
In a minute. All right, so basically I want you to introduce yourself, like who are you, where you from, and we can kind of get, so I'm gonna split it up, so it'll be 5 questions so we can chop it up. So it's like, who are you?
All right, so I'm Omar Iglesias. I'm originally from Puerto Rico. Joined the Navy in 2004, did 10 years, was born with a club foot, a severe club foot issue, got operated twice, ended up getting injured twice in the service, with my back and left shoulder. Fast forward to that, I was introduced to wheel WOD and adaptive CrossFit about a year and a half, 2 years or so, and met you about that time, and we've hit it off ever since. And I am also a CrossFit coach, both adaptive and able bodies, and I get more of a drive out of trying to figure out how to get people to do certain movements, especially when they're like, no, I can't do this. I'm like, well, why not? And then I try to like figure it out. Like today, Amanda did her swim in 16 minutes faster than last year. So stuff like that.
That's badass.
That's who I am. I'm more of a server or servant to others.
All right. Why do you do CrossFit?
So I was in the Navy. I was one of their trainers on the squadron at VX30 in Point Mugu, and I had an opportunity to end up being one of the physical trainers there, fitness trainers, and help them out to get the squadron ready. And I fell in love with CrossFit because of the challenge back in Iraq, and it was a beating. I mean, you're constantly varied, and you're constantly like, oh my God, I'm good at this, but I'm not good at that. So you gotta figure out how to throw the program together to make it well-rounded, and that's mainly why I CrossFit.
So what have CrossFit done for you mentally?
It's definitely made me much more of a one-task person in the sense that I'm very oriented. So for an example, if it's like a chipper that we had, like I believe it was last night, it's been a long weekend, it's only the second day, where we had the wall balls. So I think about the wall balls, how do I compartmentalize that into sections? What's the next movement? Toes to bar, how do I do those? And so it taught me how to translate that from the athletic world or the CrossFit world into my personal life, and that's how I was able to attack my graduate programs and business programs that I've been to.
Do you see yourself as which I know this, but do you see yourself as like a motivator for other people that are in your position and not in your position?
Man, that's a tough one, because I know many folks see me as a motivator, somebody that's encouraging, but in reality, it's the other way around. Yes, I might be helping you, but in reality, you're helping me more than I'm helping you. And I have a lot of insecurities myself. I have a lot of things that I myself as a person have to work on, and I think that because of my relationship with my friends, and not athletes, my friends, I've been able to develop and put those insecurities in a trunk, and has made me a better person than an athlete. But I know that a lot of folks are like, oh my God, you're a motivator. I'm like, thanks. But I get a drive, like you saw, even before my heat, I went out there and swam, and Coach Ziona from Barbell for Boobs told me, hey, there's Lewis is out there struggling. So I just turn on the jets and let's go out there to make sure that he's okay. It's great to podium, but I think I'd rather know that my friends are okay than not have to be like, damn, I should have been out there helping.
You see like CrossFit as a way to bring the adaptive community together?
Yes. Unfortunately, this event, because we are like crowded into our specific divisions, we haven't been really able to hang out outside of this or outside of the crowds. But like the RX division, us, the boys or the men or the women, we're like super tight. You know, we're trying, even on our worst performance, we're trying to push to get acknowledged as a community that we deserve another platform besides Wodapalooza to move forward. So for an example, we want to see if Dave Castro, Greg Glassman, they can all see that, look, these guys are willing to put in the work, and hell, I know myself and a bunch of the boys will put a challenge, like put an elite team together, we'll get a team of RX men together, and we'll hash it out, we'll have some fun with it, and show that, we want to compete at a bigger stage, and I think that we're willing to work harder and show that there's no fear. Like, sure, some of my friends don't have legs, they can't use their legs, but they can use their upper body to swim. And some of my friends can't use their upper body, but damn, they can kick in the water, and you know, and there it goes.
All right, you consider yourself disabled, but not really?
You know, to a certain extent, I used to a couple of years ago say no, but yeah. You know, I've learned to, that was one of my insecurities. I learned to embrace my little pimp walk. Even though folks ask me, like, are you a gangster, you're a pimp? But it's, you know, I have a shorter leg, I have a smaller left leg, and I've learned to embrace it and enjoy it, and I'm okay with that, you know? We're perfectly imperfect.
Hey, hey, I love it, bro. Thank you, man. Hey, that was dope. I think that was better than I even expected, bro. I appreciate you. Like, people just don't know, like, the influence that you give us, man. You gave me the encouragement when I first started, so I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't you telling me to keep breathe in. You remember you told me to breathe. I wasn't breathing. I was gonna pass out. So
I didn't do anything else in North Carolina. So, and I told you, show up. You got a friend of me, and that Friday night when we hit it off at Red Dog.
I mean,
you got to meet my brother that's in the Army.
I mean,
you
bro.
saw my family. You know, and that's what I try to tell people. And you'll see when you come to the box this upcoming week. You know, it's all about family. I mean, I don't see color. I don't see skin. You know, I don't see none of that stuff. I'm like, dude, just treat me right, treat the next person right, try to help each other, and enjoy life, you know.
It's all love, right?
Yeah.
Right on, bro.
Just next time, be a New York Giants fan.
Chiefs, baby! Right on, bro. I appreciate you.
That's the off-the-cuff question, though.
Huh?
Cards?
You ain't got one right off the top of your
Anything
head?
you want. I'm an open book.
Jack comes up with some stuff.
Yeah, whatever you want.
What is one apparent failure where you thought it was a failure, but it ended up being something that made you grow? Like,
how personal do we want to get with this one? I used to drink a lot. So I used to drink a lot and didn't think about the future. Not many people know this, but I do have a little boy. I do have a child, and unfortunately, due to the circumstances, no, I'm not able to partake in his life as much. But I thought at the way that he was conceived was a failure, and I just realized that it was just, you know, a challenge to overcome. You know, while I'm not there physically present because of the circumstances in the relationship with his mother and I am able to support financially and make sure that he's okay. So how did I turn that failure, in quotation, into success? He motivated me to go to college, get my bachelors and my 2 masters, so, and get educated and try to get a better job. So when I have that talk with him, I'm like, hey, things didn't work out with your mother and I, but that doesn't mean that you're not loved or you're not cared for. It's just sometimes people need to grow apart a little bit until we can sit down and talk. That's all.
Right on, bro. Boom.
How do you feel?
Man, you just made me even feel better, bro. My daughter do the same thing for me. You know what I mean? Like, I know I get to see her physically, but
because everybody always asks me, they're like, why don't you post? And I'm like,
yeah.
I don't really have pictures of him, you know.
But the fact that, you know, he's still there and you can do more, and he motivated you. My daughter motivated me to do more. My daughter motivated me to get out this position.